Welcome back to lesson 3, where we talk about the different homeschool options. As you do, if you do a search, a Google search about homeschool models, you will get so much information. Okay, there's so much information on the internet and in books that you can just spend hours researching the different homeschool models and trying to figure out what works best for you. Okay, so I'm going to give you two suggestions in the handout. I provide a link where it gives you basically the top 8 homeschool models, and you take a simple test where you are basically sharing. They're asking you to think about what would you prefer. Ideally, think about your current situation and what you know you can do. And so you will take a survey, and then they will let you know what style your statements most closely aligned to. So that's one way. So you would take the survey and say if they say your statements align with the classical model, then what I've done is I've provided even more links, another article where you can find the pros and cons of that particular method, and it would give you some suggestions to what that would look like. Okay, so that is the easiest, to me, the easiest option instead of just searching the internet. Of course, this course was made for you to be able to practically do things within an hour for each step, an hour or less. And so that's one option, to take the survey. The other option is to read the article that I give. Again, in the module is a link, and you can read over all of them and determine what works best for you. Now, it's a model that is basically a combination of all of them. So you get to piece out what works best for you. Again, this is your homeschool. You have to take into consideration different factors, your style of teaching, what are your beliefs about education, and what you want them to learn. Do you want to also focus on character development? Do you want to focus on spiritual development? There's so many different parts of it. You have to take into consideration your schedule and whether the ages of your children. And so take the survey, read the article, and then that will give you a better idea of what are your options. Okay, so again, we talked about that. What one thing that we're going to have to retrain our brain on is that what your students were doing in school is completely different than homeschooling. Okay, learning is not just through textbooks or workbooks, right? Learning happens through everyday interactions and life. So take that into consideration. Take into consideration your vision and mission statement. What did you say is what you want your child to be able to accomplish through education? Think about why you decided to homeschool and not necessarily send them. Was it just safety, or what else do you want your child to get out of your educational experience? So if you follow the mission and vision statement well, it'll be very easy for you to pick a homeschool model that works for you. So this is one of the ones that may take a little bit more time, but it's definitely worth it, because once you find the model that works for you, you want that'll help guide your curriculum and help you move forward instead of kind of being stuck and knowing how to start. Okay, so you have to find a model that works for you and understand that not all models work well for each family. So you have to think about the dynamics of your family and your abilities. How much time will you have to teach them, and what are your values about education? So have fun discovering your homeschool models, and I will see you in the next lesson, where we will talk about um, how your child learns and what are their interests, how you can use those to help choose the curriculum and how you can make it into a more personalized experience for them.